Why pick out cold weather payments? I mean, why not TV licences? Why not bus passes?
Well, the welfare state is always a balance between some things which go to all universal and some which are targeted. The basic pension or prescription charges, they've always been universal. But I think the winter fuel payment, which was always about tackling fuel poverty, we could afford to pay that to all pensioners, and there were more poor pensioners 15 years ago. I think today, I think it's right to say we can save £100 million and save it for 95% of middle and low income pensioners by taking it away from the richest 5%. You could make the same argument about TV licences, but to be honest, there isn't money to be saved there. The admin would be very complex. I think bus passes are different, to be honest. I think that the mobility for pensioners is very important when they can no longer drive. Very few high-income pensioners would be using buses anyway. OK, well, just how big a step is it? Let's just remind ourselves of the election debates in 2010 and what Gordon Brown said about the idea of cutting fuel payments.
If you're cutting the winter fuel allowance, that means that some people will suffer this year. We've already said that all pensioners over 60, all households, will get £250 as the winter fuel allowance and £400 if you're over 80. Now, that's an innovation we brought in during the period of the Labour government. I would not like to see it cut in one of the most difficult years for pensioners when we're just coming out of recession, but you seem to be cutting it.
So this is going against one of Labour's proudest boasts, if you like.
It's a change, and it's a necessary change, because I said in my speech today, the economy's not growing, the living standard's falling, a large deficit. We will govern in difficult times when there's less money around. We have to make different choices from the past, and this is a choice Labour would make in government to save money by doing things in a fairer way on the deficit.
But you got Peter Hain, your old cabinet colleague, saying that, first of all, this will raise absolute peanuts. I mean, £100 million against the sort of economic problems you've been talking about is nothing, is it?
Well, Peter Hain is worrying that we don't undermine universalism, and I want universal...
He's also saying it's pointless to undermine it for so little gain.
I think, to be honest, any politician who comes on your programme and tells your viewers £100 million is peanuts, I think people will think, what are they saying? I know from my time making budgets, £100 million is a significant amount of money. But look, it's also an indication of the kind of choice we would make to do things in a fairer way, but a tough choice.
And it is, as you say, moving against universality. I mean, I know you say that some things have been charged for in the past and all the rest, but that there is a principle which many on the left believe in, that the whole point about the benefit system is everyone pays according to their ability and everyone gets something back. And the worry is, if the better off don't get anything back, then they're going to say, you know, they're going to become less willing to pay their taxes.
Well, look, there may be some people on the left who think the principle is everything should be universal. But we've always struck a balance. Something is universal, child benefit, but more help for families through tax credits on middle and lower incomes. Keep the basic pension for pensioners, I agree, and prescription charges and free bus. But the winter allowance, we're saying let's make a change to save some money, to take it away from the richest pensioners. I think people will think that's fair. It's the kind of decision we will have to make in difficult times.